Inheritance Absorption. It's myOrganized.life live, October 16th, 2018. Ooh, inheritance absorption.
Yes.
It's kind of a interesting term,
It
isn't
is. It's kind of inheritance, you think, ooh, and then absorption. Oh.
Yeah. Welcome to myOrganized.life live. I'm John Hunt.
And I'm Leanne Thompson.
This is the show where I give you organizing tips, advice, and get your questions and comments right down there below. You can enter those anytime. We love talking to you. Mm-hmm. But on yesterday's show, we had Louise Kurzika in the studio.
In studio. I was shunned.
That's right. Well, it's a pecking order.
Yeah, I guess.
She comes
She's
in, you get
top,
moved out.
I'm...
We don't have room for 3 people here.
No, we don't.
It's not that big of a studio.
No, we don't.
But we had a great conversation yesterday on... actually, we were recording a podcast, but yesterday we had some organizing tips on the show. Mm-hmm. But one of those things we were talking about was when you have a cluttered home.
Yep.
And
how to move.
How to move from there.
Right.
Now, sometimes when we talk about inheritance, usually someone passes away.
Mm-hmm. And you get big bucks.
Yeah, yes. Or you get the bucks maybe, but more likely you get...
the stuff.
What about all the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to actually visit with Julie Ulmer today, another professional organizer. We did a podcast with her a few years ago called Inheritance Absorption.
Right.
That's the name of this show.
Yep.
And on this podcast, she talks about kind of how you deal with the stuff part of it,
right,
bringing into your home. So let's run that clip right now.
Well, the first thing is, are you there on site? Are you nearby your loved ones that you're going to be able to even deal with this? Or are you long distance, which means are you going to be driving there on weekends or taking time off from work to deal with it? But the main thing is to really understand, we're talking about sometimes homes full of stuff, to really understand how much can you realistically absorb? I mean, you probably already have your own stuff in your own home. Now, if you're upgrading, for instance, if you're going to replace some particle board furniture with a nice antique armoire, by all means, that sounds like a great swap, but it really might be the square footage versus 3D inanimate objects conundrum. And so it's important to think about the one in, one out rule, especially with books, for instance. Okay, we're going to bring in half of their library. Well, do you have room for half of their library? Will you be able to store those keepsakes of theirs properly? I'm curious as to where those 9 boxes are, because a lot of times they end up in someone's attic, or they end up in a basement, or they end up in a storage unit. Are they being stored properly, meaning are they what I call an edible, which is, are there potentials for rodents or, mice or what have you to dig into things and nibble away? Is it possible that books or photographs could be ruined because of mold or mildew? So there's not just those types of belongings, but there's also paper belongings. Paperwork and photos are a big portion of what's coming into our homes. So it doesn't mean you have to be the executor of the estate. With paperwork, one of the best things that I found useful was putting my loved one, my dad's paperwork, in an expandable file, a portable carrying file, which Smead has, of course, that I could not only utilize, but my brothers could use when they went to visit the attorney or visit the retirement home. And eventually you'll be able to archive a lot of that paper, which is, exciting. But in the meantime, here's this great big box of photos as well. So it's time to reach out to professionals sometimes under these circumstances. And there are professional organizers who specialize in photo organization. And of course, paper organization, lots of professional organizers are handling this. I mean, you're talking about years and years worth of bank statements, and all of a sudden it's coming into your home. What do you do with it?
So there's some great tips there,
right.
The one in, one out rule,
yep.
And really
you don't want to take it if it's just going to end up in a storage unit, because then you're paying to store stuff that you probably didn't really want in the first place.
So also make sure you have the right space.
Yep.
And it's hard enough to have a loved one pass away, but then to have to deal with their stuff is just an extra level of stress. Sometimes people just want to take all the stuff and put it into storage and say, I'm going to deal with it later.
And then later never comes.
Later never comes.
Right.
So anyway, if you'd like to find that podcast, you can watch it or listen to it. You go to sme.com/podcast, roll down the page to number 107 with Julie Ulmer, Inheritance Absorption.
Yeah, it's a great episode.
Ooh, yeah. So it's Tuesday, which means tomorrow is Wednesday.
Yes, podcast Wednesday. Yes. And who do we have?
We have Lisa Woodruff.
Oh,
yes, we
okay.
just recorded this one a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
We're kind of out of the summer mode and into the. Anyway, Lisa's going to talk about a way to kind of. I'll just give you a little hint. A way to organize with some color and some systems that make dealing with your business papers.
Business versus your home Sunday basket.
Yeah, she's got the Sunday basket. That's a whole different program. This is the Friday box, but I won't tell you exactly the whole thing. Right. You'll have to tune in tomorrow. We release a podcast here live on Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, and then it's out on iTunes and YouTube and everywhere else later in the afternoon.
Right.
As soon as I get to it.
Yes.
Yeah, and then if the internet's down, then it takes even longer.
Exactly.
Oh. Okay, so and then Thursday, Solution Day.
Solution Day, we have some new solutions
You've been working
in store.
On that?
Yep, I have.
Good. And how about that blogger?
No, it's too early in the week.
It's too early in the week.
You've got to give people time. We just did Blogger Roundup a couple days ago.
I know, it just time flies.
It does.
If you have a blog or of someone you like to follow, or maybe it's your own blog, go ahead and self-promote. We don't care. We check them all out. We want to bring the best of the organizer's blog. Yeah, current. Not something you wrote 3 years ago, something that you wrote maybe 3 hours ago or 3 days ago at the most. But,
exactly.
Anyway, that's Friday Blogger Roundup, and then the week is over again, and there we go again. Before you know, it's going to be the end of October.
Oh my gosh. Okay, stop.
I know.
Stop.
See, if I can speed it up, then that means we can get through winter, and it'll be spring before we know it.
I know. But time, unfortunately, moves at the same pace, no matter what we say.
We'd like it to move faster in the winter and slower in the summer. But this summer went by
don't wish your life away, as my mom says.
Okay, well, Kim, you've got words of wisdom there, obviously. All right, well, that's it for today's show. We will be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central, right here on myOrganized.life live. Stock up on your favorite organizing products now at myOrganized.life. This is the perfect time of year to equip your office with file folders, expanding files, project organizers, and more. And introducing our new bright white folder line that coordinates with any office decor. It's easy, shop online, and it's delivered right to your office. Stock up now on your favorites with everything you need at myOrganized.life. That's myOrganized.life. myOrganized.life.